but when the same kind of energy shows up 3 times and you're asking the same question over and over again, is this for me or is this for someone else? And then you're like, is it for someone else? And then, is it for someone else? Okay, like, we don't have to say this more than 3 times. I got it. I was doing a poll this morning, and I had the intention of doing it for me, because I am just trying to put my mask on before putting someone else's on. And I've been heavy on that energy because I've been feeling really physically strange. Turns out, I'm out here wondering why I'm falling apart both emotionally and physically. Like, I am having, some of the most insane symptoms. And without getting into too much symptoms, I'm just going to hit you straight with the explanation, and that is, I have norovirus. Yeah, norovirus. I don't even know how it got that. Like, I don't even go anywhere. I don't even do anything. So, I was wondering why I'm just out here. You know, oh, it's just postnasal drip. Oh, I just ate something weird. Oh, it must be this. Oh, it must be that. And then, like, no, it's a straight up norovirus. And I am really locked in with my spiritual team. So you know what? Like, it actually sucked. It's been sucky. If you look up norovirus and you look up the symptoms, like, that's been me the last few days, just sitting here struggling. And it's weird because, like, I lived and breathed in environments where you could be that kind of sick and still have to, like, get dressed, get in your car, go to work, clock in, put on a happy face, deal with, like, you know, verbal abuse from clients. And it's just like, I'm finally in an environment where I was able to actually sit with my body and be like, okay, like, what do I need to do to make sure I don't make this worse? And I didn't even know what it was. I just knew that a symptom would pop up, and I'm like, ooh, we need to do something about that. And we would go, like, I've been putting, like, lemon juice in my stuff and, like, alkalizing my waters and stuff. And I've just been, like, you know, doing a lot of anti-inflammatory. I've been doing ginger, you know, Pedialyte, like, all of the resources that I know, both healthy and traditionally, you know, maybe not. And now I'm here, and I'm like, you know, yesterday I woke up and I'm like, oh my god, I think I'm actually sick. I think I've gaslit myself for like a week, thinking that, oh, it's just the full moon scary energies. Homie, I am actually physically sick. And I wanted you to know that. So this morning I'm trying to, like, put my mask on before others. I'm acknowledging that I have some stuff and I just need to feed myself spiritually before I can even think about feeding anybody else spiritually. But I spent literally all day doing that, and I thought maybe today would be around 2, and then I just, you know, I got a triple confirmation on an energy that I need to be bringing to you, and so that's why we're here. And it's harmless, it's free, for me to do, because, you know, I have the energy to talk as long as I feel like, and I get to do that. Hell yeah. I normally don't pull from my Egyptian tarot unless something needs to be said, something archivable, something that has a story. Usually my Egyptian tarot deck is like, it's telling a very specific story, and so I usually only use that for energies that have a specific story that needs to be told. Like that, this deck is very just like, if anyone's watched VeggieTales, there once was a man, a very poor man. He had a lot of sheep, he had a lot of... I don't remember all the words, but it was like the King George and the Ducky. There it was. Like when the flannel graph scene. Like this deck is very much like, oh, you don't understand, like, specifically? Let me paint a picture for you. Like, it's not just, you know, the Empress. We're talking about Isis here, and there's heavy Isis energy going on. There's also, like, hierophant energy going on. But, like, 3 of these cards, I have Judgment here, and we've got, you know, first confirmation of Anubis in this one. Second confirmation of Anubis was the Page of Cups, and in this deck, I'll just read it to you. It's a mini deck, so it's not like super, you know, detailed, but, you know, look up what the traditional tarot is if you need to know that. But in this particular deck, the description of the Page of Cups, which is called the Knave of Cups, it says the priest of Anubi, study, confession, meditation. So second confirmation of Anubis, Anubi in here. And then we have the Six of Wands, and that one is the scepter of Anubi. So 3 confirmations of Anubis energy. And then I have like a Five of Cups here. After that was very, the description of that one in here specifically is the Eye and the Shen, occult protection, cycle of seasons, natural order. And the energy that I'm getting is that we have like some ego deaths that need to be occurring. And it's okay to not be afraid of that. Like, you don't have to be afraid of that. The other part of this pull that was interesting, like, this is the story that I'm getting. There's some ego deaths. I think I'm actually talking to 2 people, the Empress and the Hierophant. 2 different types of energy, same message, which could be significant to somebody. And it's interesting for me because, like, without getting into too much detail about me, I am actually a pretty dualized person as well. Everything that I have done on this journey has been about balancing my energies, including but not limited to the Empress and the Hierophant within me. You know, all of these apply, and so it's just very interesting. I feel like I'm being drawn to talking to a lot of people who are looking to embrace a lot of this, like, balancing that they need to be doing, because, like, them picking, like, harsh rules and harsh lines are, and sticking to, like, rigidity is not working. The balancing act of acceptance of all parts seems to be, like, where I'm getting, like, I'm really, and I was just, at first I thought that was for me, and it does feel like it's for me too. I'm not gonna lie, like, this, you know, I think I do a lot of these videos starting off calling myself out, and then I end up realizing I'm talking to someone specific. After that, though, or actually before that, though, I was actually told to pull from my Blossoms of Wisdom Oracle. And I normally like to play around with this because it's aesthetic and it brings me joy just to look at it. But, like, I've got a Jasmine energy, which is, like, grace and intuition. The other one I pulled was Datura, insight and change. And then I pulled Anemone first, actually, and that one's rejuvenation and transformation. So whoever I'm talking to, whether it's the Empress or the Hierophant within or throughout, these are just, like, the bouquet of personality traits that, you know, you can access in yourself, but there's some, like, heavy ego death, relationship death, you know, some darkness that you're gonna have to be treading through in order to, like, really tap into the fullness of this beauty right here. There's just stuff here, like, I'm getting a lot of, like, fear about loss, because death feels like a loss to you, but in reality it's paving the way for these things to blossom. Oh yeah, so this is, okay. It's interesting because, like, I have these little moments in my life where lately I've just been, like, learning things about myself, you know, through myself and my experiences, but also through others. And I'm also learning how to be a lot more transparent and doing things on this journey that make me uncomfortable, but also tap into my gifts. And so, without further ado, I'm about to do something super fucking uncomfortable for me, and then super, you know, actually just super uncomfortable for me, but I'm hoping that it helps. I'm just gonna, like, admit it. I have a complicated relationship with music. It's not that I didn't hear that I could sing. It's just that I came up around the time where the artist to be already existed. And in my neurospicy brain, like, if it's already there, and I don't do that, and that is the thing you do, then there's no place for me. All I know how to do is like play around and emulate certain sounds that I enjoy from certain artists and things like that. I can play around, I can pick, I can choose. But I never actually like took myself seriously enough to say like that could also just be my voice. I'm connecting with something that someone is doing and it's bringing it out of me. And so I am damn near 32 years old, realizing that I should probably do that more, because it is I've done a couple of videos now where I've been as transparent as I possibly can, as comfortable as I feel, but just off the bat, like, I am not who I was. For those of you who used to know me, like, cool. For those of you who do know me, hi. And for those of you who don't know me, welcome. We're gonna do a lot of really weird, uncomfortable things together to better ourselves, because we can. And I think that's my audience. I think that I am just the bard in whatever is coming. I just feel things, and I feel things. I've heard people say warfare, I've heard people say battle, I've heard shifts, I've heard, I've heard a lot of things, but whatever it is, a lot of us feel something coming, and I've been really struggling with this, because like I'm over here tapping into all of these beautiful energies, and I do not know what the hell I'm supposed to do with that, because I'm just a bunny bard. At the end of the day, I have my little goofy emulation voice and big dreams of making the world a better, safer, happier, loving place. That's it. That's all I got. Some relatively workable pipes and a dream. And I have a feeling that everyone here is the same. So, whoever is here, who has made it this far, is supposed to make it this far, which is like an interesting thing for me to say, because I hear people say it and I'd be like, oh my god, it's me. And I never really know if I will ever have the opportunity to say something like this and actually really deeply feel it, but I'm feeling like I'm about to do something that I'm going to hate doing the whole time, but I think you might need it. And so I think that because I needed it as bad as I did in order to produce it, maybe you need it bad enough that I can embarrass myself a little bit to give that tool to you. STG, I will figure out my storage space on my phone. Are we ready for a singing affirmation that'll embarrass the shit out of me but maybe will help you? Alright then, let's go. Oh my gosh, let's take a sip of water first. Let's get into the vibe of it. It's supposed to be a faster song, but let's do it slow. Let's feel it and let's see what happens. But the words are acceptance. It's about acceptance. It's about accepting the darkness. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous, but we're gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna post the lyrics in the description and then we're just gonna vibe. I invited pain to the party. I invited shame out to tea. I even added petty to my army. Audacity is part of my degree. I've been making besties out my darkness. The trauma's just a tool that I use. I'm cozy with the fuck shit, the harshness, 'cause I don't let abuse reduce. I invited pain to the party. I invited shame out to tea. I even added petty to my army. Audacity is part of my degree. I've been making besties on my darkness. My trauma's just a tool that I use. I'm cozy with the fuck shit, the harshness, 'cause I don't let abuse reduce. I invited pain to the party. I invited shame out to tea. I even added petty to my army. Audacity is part of my degree. I've been making besties on my darkness. My trauma's just a tool that I use. I'm cozy with the fuckshit, the harshness, 'cause I don't let abuse reduce. 3 confirmations. Sing that whenever you want. That's for you and for me. I am shaking. I can't believe I did that. We don't let abuse reduce. Don't let that darkness consume you. Let's integrate. We're alchemists. We're magical beings. We're out here in bunny ears and nobody gets to tell us what to do. Get to know yourself, even the dark parts. It's not scary in there. It's you, and you're still worthy of love. You can use that. You can find a way to use it and still be good. All of those things, all of those intentions, my hierophant, my high priestess, all of that darkness that you're afraid of having to contend with inside of yourself, all that trauma you have to process through that's scary. I've been making besties on my darkness. My trauma's just a tool that I use. I'm cozy with the fuckshit, the harshness, 'cause we don't let abuse reduce. That's it. That was a half-assed kiss because I'm tired. I literally do have norovirus. I really don't know why I came out here thinking that I am not actually sick and then took myself 3 days in order to convince myself. Listen, I love you. You know what you gotta do. And I know it's scary and hard. It's a big thing to ask. But baby bunny loves you. I love you. The universe loves you. We all love you. One day you'll meet Andy. He loves you too. And I'm leaving it at that. I'm leaving it at that. Ugh.